Welcome to the Two Disabled Dudes podcast. We believe life is about how we react. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Two Disabled Dudes podcast. It is my 44th birthday today, as some of you may know, and Sean is not here at the moment, so that's how much my friendship means to him. Just kidding. Sean is running a little bit late, so I am gonna hang out for a second and wait for him. But I wanted to say that I've really been enjoying all the comments and texts and everything that I've been receiving for my birthday today. I feel so loved and I really appreciate all of it. So thanks to everybody who's been texting and Instagramming and all that stuff. So really awesome. I am gonna open the chat. If you're here, check in on the chat. Just say, hey, this is Ryan. Ryan, are you there from Oregon? I think Ryan's been on almost every show that we've done live. So there's Carly. Thanks, Carly, for the wishes. Adam. Hey, Adam. Laurel. Hi, Laurel. Good deal. Thanks for the birthday wishes. We're going to have a few more people here. My parents said they're here. They're going to be on sometime, and hopefully we'll have Uncle Steve and Mike from Oregon and so many other people. So, here's Mike. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for Sean here once again. For those of you who may have just joined, Sean is running a little bit late. Sean just moved. We'll have him tell us all about it, but he just moved, or actually, I think he's in the process of moving. Colin just checked in. He said, happy birthday, Kyle. Thanks so much. There he is. What's up, Sean? I was just, can you hear us?
Yes, but you can't hear me.
No, I can. All right, here we are. Cool. Good deal. How's your new place?
Empty.
Yeah, I was just telling everyone how you're in the process of moving.
Yeah, and I had my hat on, but right now it's just ceiling lights. So it was way too dark. I don't have
I see.
I don't have a ring or anything. So do you guys?
We want to be able to see your face.
Yeah, I figured. I'm realizing I've yet to talk in here because I haven't, I've been just bringing stuff in and out. It's very echoey.
Yeah.
At least for me it is.
It sounds fine though, I think. And it's so crazy. I remember just how echoey my place was and literally just putting a couple things like pictures on the wall. It's crazy how that like reduces the echo.
For sure.
So, yeah, cool. Man.
Well,
what have you been up to this morning?
Waiting for me. Well, I got up. I loaded a bunch of stuff from my car to bring it over with me. It's moving along just fine, but the biggest rock festival, like hard rock festival on the West Coast, is in Sacramento. It's called Aftershock, and it's taking place right now. And my new place,
Park.
Yeah. My new place, I got to drive right by there. So a ton more traffic than is normal.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it. So I'm here. Everything's still in my car. I ran in to get this set up. When we're done,
all right.
I've got a couch coming today. I'm super excited about. It's my big boy purchase. Not used. I went to a real furniture store. I paid good money, and it's coming today.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm excited.
Exciting.
Yeah,
nice work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that everyone's super excited about all these updates. This is
I'm
a
sure
really
nobody cares.
really rocking start to the podcast episode today. No, but we're glad you're moved in. We've got a few people on. Carly, Adam, Laurel, Mike, and Colin.
Sweet.
And
Welcome, y'all.
we're
Thanks
stoked.
for tuning in today.
So, Sean, this is my birthday episode, and
Happy birthday.
I promised to the viewers on the Instagram. I posted a story this morning. You may have seen it. I know you've been running around though, but I I told them what the theme was. We're going to talk about, dreaming big. I also promised the listeners that I would be constantly wrestling the conversation back to talk about me because it's my birthday and that's what's really important.
Sure.
So,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing different than any other episode or recording. Seems pretty standard.
Pretty standard.
Sweet.
Yeah. Standard behavior. Yep.
Well, Kyle, happy birthday. I don't know if you warned everybody, but my delivery window for the couch opens in about 30 minutes. If they're on the front side of that window, I'm out. But I don't expect them to be right at the top of that window. I think they'll be somewhere later on. So just fair warning, if I cut it soon or quickly, you know why. It's a very important couch.
How big is your place? I haven't really talked to you much about it.
Yeah, it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Very similar to yours. I bet square footage, it's similar. Yeah, it's hard to say, but it's again mine. I've been sharing a place for a long time, and I'm just at a place where I don't want to do that anymore, and I'm not quite ready to buy. So I've settled for this, and I am so excited. Anyway, enough about that, because I know, Kyle, nobody cares. Do you have birthday plans?
I do. I'm going to dinner with a friend tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
What's her name?
And Mike says we care, Sean.
Thanks, Mike.
That's so
Thanks,
sweet.
Mike. If you cared, you'd be helping me move. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's terrible. Hey, I think we should get into it, Kyle.
I think so too.
You kind of alluded and kind of set the stage up, but one thing that struck me several weeks ago was our innate desire to accomplish big things, right? That's true for you and me. Probably many people listening or even tuning in right now. There's always, when we're a kid, we want to be an astronaut, or we want to be the president, or we want to be an actor, something big and audacious. And then as we grow up, we kind of calm down in our dreaming. And then, of course, in our situation, when you're diagnosed with a rare disease or disability, that further changes the game, and unfortunately, in many cases, further restricts how big you dream and how much you think you're able to accomplish. And one thing that stuck out to me a while ago, I'm not rich. People know I'm not uber wealthy. However, I feel like I've seen a lot of the world. Kyle, true for you. We've both been able to travel and see a lot of neat places that maybe are bucket list items for others, or places you'll never visit. And I realized, I'm not traveling the world on my own dime and enjoying luxury hotels and posh vacations, but man, I'm traveling the world and staying at nice
Yeah.
places and
Yeah.
enjoying some some other places in the world. And I realize, man, I'm still living a dream. It's just slightly different than what I thought it might be 10 or 20 years ago. And the same is true in other areas too. I think of the adventures that you and I go on, whether together or individually. Your rides
Yeah.
across America, the ride in India, um, the one half marathon I run, the stairs next year. There's things that we really have to think about and adapt. But just because we have FA or some other issues doesn't mean we still can't do those things. It just means we're gonna do it a little
Right.
bit differently.
Yeah. I think that's a really important point because we all have a vision in our head.
Yeah.
Oh, the future is going to be so cool, or whatever it is that we have in our head, and it's literally impossible that it's exactly what we are thinking or dreaming of.
Yeah.
And so, to think back on what we've experienced and understand that it's incredible, even though it's not exactly what we thought it would be. I think that's an important thing for sure.
Yeah. I'm realizing, right now I'm planning the stair climb. You're familiar, we've talked about it a couple times, but I'm gonna climb the world's longest stairway. And originally I was gonna do that a few months ago, 2025. And as we got closer, I don't know, February, March, was planning getting things in order and was just overwhelmed with how many details and how many things to think about and consider. And I realized it would be foolish to try to pull this off in the next 5 months or whatever it was. And although it was a hard decision, I did not want to push it off a whole year because with the progressive condition, who knows what next year is going to look like, right? But I recognize, okay, even if my disease progresses, I can still do the stairs. It just might need to be done a little bit differently.
Mm,
Maybe they would
yep.
have been done 2 months ago or whatever. And it was in that decision process that I realized, you know what, there's still some cool things I can do and get done. I'm just gonna adjust how we do it. And I think there's some sage advice in there, right? Um, Especially in my younger years, I was just let's go, let's see what happens. We'll figure it out when we get there. And the more I age and the more I get into things like that, you realize, or at least I realize, that may not be the best approach. I do think it's a great approach at times, but every now and then you got to really assess what your limitations are. And instead of giving up on an idea or a dream, think about different ways to work around your limitations. There's
Yeah.
there's always an option. It just might look different and be different than what you originally thought or planned. And I don't think there's any harm in changing your approach.
Yeah.
The ultimate
I
goal is to
agree.
accomplish, right? Or to achieve, and you can still do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I think it relates a little bit to, adaptive devices and wheelchairs and walkers and all that.
Sure.
Because, I've said many times, and we agree that the purpose of life is not to walk
Yeah.
or not to do things a specific way, but it's what we get done, right? A
Sure.
lot of times is what life's about, and most of the time it doesn't matter how we get there.
Yeah.
So if we have to change our plans based on what happens, what is out of our control, if we have to change our plans, then that's the best thing to do for that situation.
Sure.
So we can continue to move forward.
I would add to that, life, you talked about is about getting things done, not necessarily how we do it. But I would add, it's attitude, it's mindset as well. It's what you think you can do and how you approach the situation you're up against with your energy, your vibes, your positivity or lack thereof. Um, I'm not much of a like a Tony Robbins, like Richard Simmons, you can do anything.
Right.
But I am at the same time. I'm just a little more calculated in what that anything might be and how I might accomplish it. And I think there's wisdom in thinking about what you're up against and navigating it with some precision and careful thought and consideration.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that you say mindset. I don't know, I forget where I saw it, but everyone's heard it 1,000 times. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah.
And so, like, why not think you can and see what happens? Because no matter what, like, if you think you can't, of course you're not going to be able to do it.
Sure.
And so, with all these things that we're up against, I think the mindset thing is really, really important.
I could be wrong, but I'm gonna guess Henry Ford on that one.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. I know I've used it before, but I don't know. I was thinking this move in the same vein. I've had the keys to this new place for almost 3 weeks, and I'm slowly bringing things over, one box at a time. And I've had a couple, 2 different times where I've had friends help me with the whole carload. So there's quite a bit, but there's still I'm not sleeping here yet, right? I'm still a ways away from that. But in the moving, I'm recognizing that I'm in a much different place physically than I was last time I moved. Kyle, I don't take a step these days without leaning on something, whether it's my walker or the counter or the wall. Like, I've got one hand on something before a foot comes off the ground. That makes carrying a box or anything that much more difficult.
Yeah.
And I knew that going into it, and I could have easily said, "Oh, I'll just stay where I'm at. It's convenient. It's working out fine. It's saving me a lot of money. It's not worth the risk of falling or breaking something or dropping all my belongings." But the reality of it was, I want to move. I want to be in this place.
Yeah.
So I've had to just adjust how I do it, knowing it's going to take me a lot longer than normal. And thankfully, there's a lot of overlap between the two places. So even in this move, there's nothing keeping me from doing it, but there's plenty of things from keeping me from doing it the way I want to do it or in my original timeline.
Yeah.
And we're all going to be up against those kind of things, whether it's old age, whether it's cancer, whether it's disease, whether it's disability or just a change in jobs. There's going to be unforeseen circumstances that derail the way you pursue the things that are important to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me I don't think this changes the subject, but I want to ask you about something I heard you talk about, concerning the stairs and how does urgency play into all of this that we're talking about, dreaming but still being objective, and understanding that there are some things that we can't do.
Sure.
And, especially with FA, it's like, all right, some things I think we probably are like, all right, we got to try and get them done now.
Yeah.
Because we might not be able to do it in the future.
That's 100% where my head's at. Everybody knows I didn't quite make it up very far in India, right? That's still on my list. I want to do that. But originally I thought, I'll come back in like 2026, 27 and do that. But then I realized riding a bike, I can probably do that for the next 20, 30 years, as long as I'm alive, right? Sure, the reality of it is FA could have a major impact on my knees and my legs and the ability to keep pedaling, but it's unlikely. In fact, it is more likely that I won't be able to climb stairs sooner than I won't be able to ride a bike. So when I started thinking about it that way, I realized, okay, you know what? Maybe I go back to India in 5 years. Maybe I never go. Who knows? But, I can, riding a bike, at least I think you're a good example of this. You've been riding for a long time, and that doesn't seem to be changing. Thankfully, our progression is both a little bit slower than most, and maybe mine's a little bit slower than yours. So I'm pretty confident outside of some other thing, I'll be able to ride a bike in 5 years. I don't think I'll be able to walk in 5 years. So when I started putting it in that context, I prioritized the stairs because I know someday with FA, it's not going to be an option. Somebody asked me a few weeks ago, I was asking them for some advice. They're a mechanical engineer, and I started thinking about things we might want to create to help this stair climb be more attainable. So I was picking his brain, and he was like, "What are you trying to do?" And I told him, and he's like, "Why?" and I love that question.
Good question.
I love it. But it gave me an opportunity to say, because I can. Or, at the very least, because I think I can. And I think I can do it now, not in 5 years. So I need to do it now.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
There's truth to that in every area of life, right? I mean, you never know. We could get hit by a bus tomorrow, right? Life is going to end at some point for all of us. And you think I've got these 5, 10, 20-year plans, but they could be disrupted any day. So there's that sense of go after what's most important to you while you can, because there's no guarantee that you have tomorrow. I don't know if that answers your question, but
no, it does. Because I think one thing about FA and a progressive disease and rare disease in general is that a lot of times it forces you to be in the moment. I was thinking about this the other day. Our friend Jacob Mitterhauser in Austria, he is on a rowing team, adaptive rowing. And one of the things that he says is like, when I'm rowing, I can't even think about anything else because I'm in so much pain, good pain, and just focusing on technique and what I'm doing in the moment.
Wow.
And I think that on a different level, FA forces that as well.
Sure.
Like it forces us to be like, all right, like I can't even think about what's going to happen in 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
Sometimes because, in the context of FA, that doesn't look all that great.
Sure.
So let's focus on what we can do today, right? And I think that's one of the, if you will, blessings of this horrible situation that we're in,
Sure. Yeah, there's Yeah, that's true for all of us, right?
You're right. Yeah, totally.
Yep, love that.
Yeah, because I mean, we're all getting older. Time is moving on, and things are progressing, and everything is going to end at some point. The world will end,
right?
If not our participation in the world, right?
Sure.
And so we better get things done now, and also objectively look at how much time we have and how much what we might need to do now or in the near future to get things done that we want to get done. Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. I love it. I don't know that I have anything else to add. I would love feedback from the handful of people that are here right now. If you have any encouraging words or thoughts, or you're like, no, you guys are dumb, that's the worst topic ever, or, wisdom, whatever, we'd love to engage with you if you want. Again, not required. We'll post the episode in a few weeks and everybody will hear it. But right now, you're the only ones that get to engage with the content fluidly.
Who's got additions? You can either type it in the chat, or you know what? I think Sean and I both think there's a feature where we can invite people on, but I don't know how to do that. Do you know how to do it, Sean?
Well, we know there's a feature where you can call in. But you have to be using a laptop or desktop for that. It can't be on mobile device. Because we've had somebody try to call in, and we didn't answer because we were still setting up. But yeah, you could do that if you want to let people see your face and hear your voice. Come on in. Otherwise, you just type a comment or a question, and
here we go.
And or not. Either way. I think, we got straight to the point. There wasn't a lot of beating around the bush for me, Kyle. I don't sense that we took a long time to get there.
Right.
Mike is helping you get the conversation back to you. Mike wrote, I have a question.
I appreciate that, Mike.
Isn't it Kyle's birthday?
It absolutely is. Yeah. I was born 44 years ago.
Oh, here for you.
And Sean, I think you're also 44 as well, right?
Yeah, I've got a few months on you, and that's about it.
Yeah. But you were mentioning that cycling, we're still able to do cycling. It's been 44 years. I was diagnosed when I was 17. And one of the things that went through my mind was, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this when I started cycling, which was a couple years later, but I'm not going to be able to do this. And now it's 25 years later, whatever it is. And, so I think there's also that is that, we prove ourselves wrong, and, it's persistence and focusing on what we want and having a good time. Like I actually, never really sat and said, I want to go cycling. I was, I guess what I'm trying to get at is that it's just fun. I just love to do it. Like it wasn't necessarily a goal that I've set.
Sure.
I just wanted to have a good time, and cycling was what provided that for me. So
nice.
And that's about me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that help.
We definitely picked up on that. Dinner with a friend. What are you eating tonight?
So there's this restaurant right by my place. It's called, what is it called? It's called Black Powder Tavern. I've never been there. I've been trying to get there for a while, and it's supposed to be good. Anyway, we're going there.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, Kyle, I say we do some thinking notes and wrap this up. I don't want to be here anymore. No, that's not
All right,
true.
John, tell us what you really think. Real quick.
Diane wants to know who you're going with. Who are you going with?
I'm going with my friend Laurel. We're going to dinner at Black Powder Tavern. So it's going to be awesome. And I don't think it's the Laurel that is on the call. I think the Laurel that's on the call will be at the ride and the symposium.
And the cruise.
And the cruise also.
That's
awesome.
who I think this is, but I could be wrong.
And her team has raised so much money and she's put out so many fun videos on Instagram, social media. And at the ride, we just chatted about it last night. We're gonna Laurel's daughter is gonna pie her whole family in the face at Ratataxa Philly. So That's gonna be so much fun.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos. Great job, Laurel. Getting the word out, spreading the word, raising money, and just getting things done for the sake of your daughter and so many others with FA. Sweet. Kyle, do you got some thinking notes? Or at least one? I mean, I can, as people know, in every episode or at the end of every episode, we find it valuable to share a note of gratitude. We make it a point for several seasons now to share what we call a thank you note, to express a little gratitude for the people or the things that we're grateful for. So I'll start. Kyle, I'm going to say thank you to my coworkers and friends, Paul and Jeremy. They both helped me after work one night with both their cars. They followed me to my old house, which is right by the office, but we loaded up between my old house or current house and my storage unit. We loaded up all three cars, and by we, I mean they. I just unlocked everything, and they helped to get a huge load of things over to my apartment. So thank you, Paul and Jeremy, for that help.
That's awesome. My thank you note goes out to my neighbor, Joy. You've heard me mention Joy before because she is really incredible.
Yeah.
But when I was in Europe, I met you in London. I was gone for 2.5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And the day before I left, I didn't let her know before that, which I feel bad about, but I was like, hey, by the way, can you get my mail while I'm gone? And, not a huge deal. She lives right across the way, but it was really nice. She grabs my mail. She has a key to my place. And, I think she even weeded through some of the junk mail and put a nice little pile on my counter. So, really nice. Thank you to Joy.
That's kind of big when you get to a stage in life where you can't even sort your own mail. That's like a whole nother level of limitation.
Yeah, not that I can't, but it's
sure. Whatever.
It's really nice to have someone do it. I mean, come on. Yeah.
Agreed. Thank you, Joy. I'm going to say thank you to Mike and Diane, too, for not only being here, but for giving birth to you. As we all know, it's your birthday. And they're both hanging out today, or at least they were. So, Mike and Diane, thank you for burdening the world with this guy.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey,
I know. Yep, I'm grateful for that as well.
for sure. Carly, thank you. I will celebrate it. Hey, we're gonna close this out. Thank you so much for being here today and being a part of the show. We encourage you to share it with your friends and family. This episode will post, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 weeks. We don't know. It'll post soon, eventually. Share it with your friend. Repeat it, whatever you want. We would love for you to rate and review the show, especially on Apple Podcasts, or you could use whatever platform you enjoy listening to us on. We encourage you to visit our show notes at twodisableddudes.com, where you can see all kinds of good stuff that we're up to. We encourage you to find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and that's about it. We're thankful you were here today. Thanks for starting without me and waiting for me to get set up. I look forward to having another background and furniture in the near future. So until we see you again, keep living with urgency.
Thank you for listening to the Two Disabled Dudes podcast. This show is possible with your support. Visit twodisableddudes.com to stay connected.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast player.